Well, we've got Lee Park Worship with us, well, two of the group. So last year you were here. We've got a huge new audience since then, just from our digital downloads, listening to the app. We're averaging over 1,000 new downloads and listeners every month.
Wow,
That's
great.
And under the age of 35.
Nice.
And so what I want to do is kind of introduce the new audience. Tell us a little bit about the group, kind of what brought it together, and really what God's laid on your heart as a ministry to do.
Well, I've been at Lee Park as our church, and I've been there for 12 years, going on 12 years. And I was in gospel music before all this. For many, many years, I was in gospel music, had my own group, was the original lead singer with Ernie Haas's Signature Sound. Came off the road when I had a family. I just felt like it wasn't a great place to be is on the road when you have small kids.
Yep.
And so God was dealing with my heart there, and I just came off the road and really didn't know what I was going to do. Piddled around, and we were from Charlotte, North Carolina, around Charlotte, right outside. And so I piddled around, still made great relationships and had great relationships in Nashville, was still doing some things, filled in for some groups and things like that. But about 14 years ago, I started working at a church in Charlotte area. And then just a couple years later, I got a call from the pastor here. And so I had been working as the worship pastor at Lee Park for many, many years. And I never really wanted the worlds to kind of collide, my old life and the new life. And I felt like, I prayed about it and I was like, man, God, do you want this to happen? Do you not? And one day I just had the idea and I went to my pastor and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, let's do it. And, God had given us some great talent. Brooke is one of those very talented people that God has brought us. And we have some unbelievable talent. And, I just wanted the world to hear what we did. And so it's been amazing. And, Day One Music Group has been absolutely amazing. I mean, Ed Leonard, Kyle, Dusty, Day One Publishing and Day One Worship, you've got those guys over there, Rick Shelton and Jonathan Crumpton and all those guys. It's just been unbelievable what God has done for us and the doors he's opened for us. Mm-hmm. And we're just excited about the future and all the cool things that are happening. It really is amazing. It's really amazing.
So, Brooke, how did you get involved? Where's your role in this?
Yeah, I used to go to Hickory Grove Baptist Church my whole life, and then right during COVID, that's when we started looking at Lee Park. And I was first struck in by, obviously, the music, but honestly, Pastor Chris and the way he presented the gospel in his sermons. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I saw him on stage, and I was like, all right, he's good, whatever. And he was so...
Keeping the head down, keeping it down.
He was, I don't know,
I'll give you that $5 later that I'm going to owe you for saying that. You're probably going to demand more, though.
I'm serious. No, I'm serious. Like, I was really struck about how good the music was, and I was like, oh, this is cool. My parents did choir. I never really did choir. I was involved in musical theater, so I'd never really been on stage at church that much, and my parents wanted to get involved in the choir because my aunt and uncle were at Lee Park, and so they went to go talk to Sam Phipps, our choir director at Lee Park. Absolutely amazing. Him and his wife Tammy are phenomenal people, hearts for the Lord. And we interviewed with them, and they're like, we're so excited to have y'all. And it's funny because they were like, yeah, my daughter Brooke, she would love to be in choir. Haven't asked me about it. She would love to be in choir. And that's how it works. And then all of a sudden I'm in this room, and it's Sam, Shane, just them, and they're like, all right, sing. And I was like, okay. And so I started singing and thinking it was like, oh, it's a choir audition. No, that was the audition for choir, voices, and anything else around the church. I had no clue. And they're like, we'd love to get you involved. And honestly, it was all God's timing, because I was hesitant to leave the other church, being a new person anywhere. And him giving me the opportunity to use my voice in a setting that I haven't used it as much in was really a blessing. And I was just telling him the other day, like, him and Sam were one of the first people to believe in me to sing in a church setting that wasn't like theater or whatever. So it was just really, really a blessing, and it was all God's timing to be able to do that. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and being able to be on this last project, it was it almost felt like it fell into my lap, which it was purely God, but it fell into my lap, and I just kind of showed up and sang, and it was a really, really cool experience.
She's leaving out one thing. She was only 16 when she joined, and I'm very selective, but something drew me to her, and her the way she presented the gospel and the way she just, the anointing was all over her and her singing, and I was just, I was like, God, this is awesome what you're doing here. And, she's a powerhouse. I mean, if you haven't heard her sing, she's an absolute powerhouse. And I'm honored to stand next to her any day.
Oh, my
and
gosh,
sing.
enough.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can pay me $5 later.
All right. How about we call it even? I gave you a bone. You gave me a bone.
But yeah, I appreciate that because, again, our target audience is that younger audience.
Yeah.
And to be able to see in a church setting, as you guys do, but then also bring that out.
Right, bring it out as an
because
artist.
I think it's so important that sometimes we get caught into our buildings.
100%.
To be able to get that gospel out.
Yeah.
That's one thing that Lee Park is so good at, is investing in their youth. And I think I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for Lee Park investing in me and investing in Carly and investing in Parker, all of us. And this one girl named Claire, they're investing into her. It's just really admirable how they really value their youth and
I mean,
trust them.
We have to hand it over to them at some point. And I kind of view myself as I'm the elder statesman now.
Don't say you're being weaned out
But
right now.
but no, I'm not being weaned out. But I don't plan on going anywhere. Just so you know. So
Period.
pipe down there. But
I don't want your job. I don't want your job.
no. But I kind of view myself as the Bill Gaither of because my ministry has changed over the years. I don't care about being out front. I don't care about singing the solo. It's just one more song for me. I've done 1 million of them. I'd rather push the young people. I'd rather push them to where their voice can be heard. And so on this last project, that's really what I wanted. Obviously I was featured on a few things and, had a great part in writing the music, but I wanted those special moments to be them. And so if you listen to it, you can hear there's a lot of really cool special moments that feature the young kids. I say kids, but they're still kids to me.
We recorded it.
For
I mean,
those of us who have got age
that's right.
too
That's
long
right.
to be out there.
That's right. I have kids in college there.
I was 18 when we recorded Faithful Still.
So
I'm 20 now. So
and that's what I love, the fact that that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Discipling that next generation
Yeah.
to be able to put there. So with kind of that in mind, this is kind of been brought up as we've been talking this week with different groups. Obviously, in light of some things that have happened in the last week or so, have you seen with what has happened with the death of Charlie Kirk, reaching those young people, what are you seeing even in this short little time?
I tell you, it's been amazing. I mean,
we were just talking about this.
Yeah, we were. There was a mystery to a lot of churches. Like, is our pastor going to even say anything about it? And I have good friends that they came, home and they're like, man, my pastor missed an opportunity. He didn't say anything about it, And our pastor, I mean, he was all about it, And so, I mean, he preaches the word. We have a motto for our church is preach the word and love the people. But I have never seen the people just hungry. Like that day that we were packed, and it was like people were just hungry to hear something.
It felt like Easter, how many people were in there.
It was crazy. In the last 2 weeks, it's been like that. It's been amazing. And people are coming. I've had people talk to me, and they're like, yeah, I haven't been to church in years, but I'm going to start going again. I opened my Bible for the first
Praise
time.
God.
And it's just like a revival is happening. And, I hate that it had to happen, but if this is what comes out of it, man, what a testimony.
The Lord always has a plan. He's never
what a
surprised.
testimony. Amen.
And I just think, I was telling them on the way here, I've never seen the name of Jesus Christ be broadcasted across mainstream media as much as I have with what's been going on the past few weeks in America. So I just think it's just proof that the Lord truly can use anything for his glory, and I'm thankful for that truth.
And I feel like he's going to heal our land. I really do. I feel like this is just the start of some really awesome things that God's going to do in our land.
Some would even call it a turning point.
There you go. I
tell you, Lord put that on his I just think, Lord, just how God puts things together.
Yeah.
So I see us as a huge responsibility to be out there now with the answers.
More than ever.
So with that, obviously the latest as you guys are putting out. Tell us about those songs, because we've been able to get a little sneak preview on some of those.
Oh yeah.
That makes I really think it's going to make a timely impact.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about those.
Which song in particular? Just any of them?
It's any of them, yeah.
Okay,
Just
well,
what
our
stands
latest
out in
single
your
is
mind.
called "I've Got Joy," and it's really a testimony song. The lyrics go, "I've got joy in the struggle, I've got peace in the storm, I've got strength in the battle. I don't fear anymore." I mean, that right there is a testimony of
so
what we're going
powerful.
through today. It's like you don't fear. Like, we have the answer. All we have to do is trust in Him. And so I love the song. It's a song that actually Travis Cottrell, who's a worship leader in Nashville, he's at Brentwood Baptist. He's fantastic, just a great guy, one of the sweetest guys I know. And he agreed to come in. He produced part of our project. We wrote a couple songs together, but he agreed to come in and do a duet with me on that one. And so it's pretty powerful. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun in the studio. We had a great time. And it's a timely message. It really is. I want to encourage people to know that, we're all going through stuff. But, man, He's the answer. He's the answer to all that we're going through. Just trust in Him, and He's going to make a way where there seems to be no way. I've been there. You've been there, and people are going through things right now. But just be encouraged, Christian, that He has a way.
So you guys are obviously there at the church, but what about travel as far as getting out and concerts?
So I've recently reached out to a couple of different people, and the plans are that we're going to try to do a tour this year. Not too many dates, but with another artist, and maybe do something in that vein. So it'll be kind of cool to do that. Not this year, but early next year. Within the next year, get on some tours or a tour with another artist, and maybe our band can lend their support for the other artist, and then we can do some things together. It'd be really cool. 8 to 10 dates, maybe. But we'll do whatever. I mean, we've done some different things and been invited to different places and do different things. We're not only at the church, but we are there. So if you're ever in Charlotte, come see us. We have a great service, and our pastor.
9:30 service.
9:30 and 11 service. We also have a chapel service, which we call a chapel, but it's just kind of a lighter service. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things happening at Lee Park Church. We just had, actually, last week, we had Stephen Curtis Chapman for his 25th year anniversary for Great Adventure.
So good.
Yeah. Speechless. There you go. Speechless. That's what it is. Speechless. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
Yeah, Speechless.
Yeah, I have to admit, even to our crowd, I'm a huge Stephen Curtis.
Yeah,
Chapman
he's
fan,
great.
so,
Yeah, fantastic.
So yes, and we actually have quite a bit of our audiences in the Carolina area.
Okay, great.
And so we would definitely encourage them to come see you there.
Yeah, come see us.
Absolutely.
So those who can't come see you, where do they get your music?
Well, you can get it on. We have YouTube channel, Lee Park Worship. You can go to Daywind. They have all of our videos. Our website is leeparkworship.com.
Apple Music, Spotify.
Apple Music, Spotify, all of
Amazon
the major,
Music,
all of the
Pandora.
major things. You can go download stuff. We have a store at our church. If you do come, you can, purchase it there.
You can also watch the sermons on YouTube as well.
Yeah, on YouTube and Facebook. We're live every week on YouTube.
Both
so you
services.
can, and that's music too, so they can catch our music as well.
Fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that. Be able to connect it. So we will connect all of that information on
Yeah.
our website
Sure,
as well,
great.
our YouTube channel.
Perfect.
So it'll connect over to you well.
Awesome.
And so we love what you guys are doing, because you're taking the church and getting it out into the community, and
what it's about.
That's makes a big difference.
And that's what we really wanted to do. It was like when we had this vision, I was like, our music, people respond to it, and I'm like, I want them to hear what we're doing on a Sunday morning out. And so that's really all we've done. We're not really married to one style. We have a lot of different styles, and we can do a lot of different things. We've done Southern gospel, contemporary worship, bluegrass, black gospel, whatever it may be. We're just like, if it's good music and it's done well, people are going to respond. And so that's where we are.
Well, I can tell you our audience is responding to what we
thank
have of
you.
yours.
Thank you
and they
so
love
much.
It. I love it a lot.
Thank you
So
for continuing to play us and
Absolutely.
support what we're doing.
Thank
Really
you guys
appreciate
for
that.
being with us.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.